A recent news broadcast from Minnesota led me down a real estate rabbit hole. We hear a lot about these daycare centers, but what about the buildings they're supposedly being run out of?
Just a question. How do you enroll? How do you enroll your children here? You can't do that? No kids? So how can I enroll my children? It says you get public money through Ohio. You get money through the state of Ohio. This is a money that gets.
Just reported you to the police, okay?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not breaking any laws.
You are resisting.
I'm not.
It's just that
I'm just
somebody
asking,
has
is this
to
a
own
childcare center?
all
I
of
know who
these
you are.
Okay,
properties
is this a childcare
that
center?
are just sitting around
I'm a what?
collecting money from
I'm
the
a what?
government,
Did you say I'm a
right?
terrorist?
Somebody's paying the mortgages on these properties, correct?
We are here at the Bonatti Childcare 2 LLC on Cleveland Ave in Columbus, Ohio at 5 p.m. On a weekday. It says that they are open from 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Sunday. And, it's 5 p.m. right now, and we'll knock on the door and see if anyone's actually here.
When you do your research, you'll see that these centers, a lot of them were started in 2023. Many of them are non-compliant. They have been for years. There are a lot of them on Cleveland Avenue, by the way, multiple ones. Some have
Wait a couple
more than one
seconds.
address, like this one here. It's also the address of the Somali interpreter and global language services that has terrible ratings and reviews. And it has a mailing address that is another learning center, supposedly. So there's a physical address and a mailing address that is another center, another scam center.
Daycare center owned by Somalians and stuff like that.
Have you ever seen any kids in this place here?
No, not that I know of.
As you know, Nick Shirley put out a bombshell report about all these fraudulent daycare facilities in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So we wanted to come out to Columbus, Ohio, and investigate what might be going on in the second largest Somali community in the United States of America. So this place here is the first place we're gonna knock, and we're gonna see if anybody picks up or answers. So we came to the back, just like those guys suggested, and there's nothing here. We can keep poking around, but...
And of course, the sign behind him has the Department of Children and Youth, which is similar to like Children, Youth, Family Services through the government.
Are you reporting at home?
Oh yeah, I was trying to find the local daycares.
We already know about what's going on. This is a licensed property. If you have a complaint, go to the state.
Okay, I was trying to find out if you guys are a daycare. I was just trying to see.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to. If you want to know any questions, just go online and ask who you need to ask. But
No, there's nobody online to ask, so I'm just trying to ask you guys.
No, you don't have to ask us anything.
I don't have
But
to?
If you have any questions, go to
I
the
do.
state.
I have a question.
No,
I was just
go to the
asking
state.
you.
And
Okay, you guys were listed on the website and a bunch of websites, so for daycares. So
Oh, that's what it is. Then you don't need to go door to
it's
door.
yeah, no, you can. Yeah, I have. You can go door to door.
So if you have any questions, go call the child care check, and they'll give you whatever information that you need.
Okay, so you guys aren't a daycare then? Not a public daycare, right?
Bye-bye.
Okay, I didn't think so.
Don't report our property either. Thank
Oh,
you.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, so this was August 27th, 2024. Foreclosure of a 134 unit building. Said it was just disgusting, horrible, deplorable conditions, right? But then if you look into who owned it, downtown's largest property owner. What? That's creepy. Yeah, they had that cyber attack, so everything associated with them is probably going to give you a virus now. I thought Collier bought it. Okay. Total assets, 6.10 billion. And if you go into the history, you'll see Australia, so UK. Lots of mergers. Synergy Development, Harrison Street, Macer Consulting, Dougherty Financial in Minneapolis. So also, if you look into this company, Collier's, you'll find the Prime Minister of Canada, the former Prime Minister. Is on the board. Stephen Harper to his board of directors, 2016. Is he still there? Yeah. It's the U.S. So if there's like community housing involved in some of these scams, I mean, definitely seems like real estate might be part of it. And I only say that because there was that young woman with the yellow raincoat. I remember it was so ridiculous because it was a sunny day. And I think that they were really just trying to cover up her bright green, awful pea green hair. Like her crusty, curled green hair. And it caught my attention. There we go. Vivian Tran, neighborhood community organizer. Okay. This one right here. If you look into her, Vivian Tran, September 4th, 2024. St. Paul. Lowry Apartments sold to mortgage holder Colliers at auction. Okay, so they wanted to foreclose on it in August, and it went to Colliers, which is operated by the former Prime Minister of Canada is on the board, for $7 million at a foreclosure auction. Okay, I just think that that's interesting. And that restaurant was like a nice restaurant too. It's a beautiful building, actually. Let's look at that again. There it is, yeah. So it's Payne Fallon, Vivian Tran, community organizer and planner, right? Okay, so who are we? Our organization. Community Council, and this is a .org. Okay, painfallon.org. 17 citizen participation districts established in 1975. Our mission is to improve Pain-Fallon neighborhoods by engaging, educating, and empowering all residents in our diverse community. Okay, and then you can see what their goals are. Our mission. This is ridiculous. Equity investment rationale and equity strategic action plan. Yeah, it's as bad as you can imagine. Goal, 10% increase in resident civil engagement with across the district by 2020. Goal, PPCC board membership is a 35% white and 63% non-white by 2020, based on demographics in 2020. Measure after annual meeting elections, grow 3% each year. Increase interactions with communities of color, as evidenced through meeting attendance, communication, social media connections, and targeted outreach numbers, and participation in district decisions and district planning. Looks like their goal is to make it less white by 2020. Wonder if they reached that goal. I don't know. I mean, they got Vivian Tran supposedly still out there this fall, trying to make it less white, make the world a less white place in Minnesota. That's their agenda. And she was a community organizer for an ICE protest. So what does this Pain-Fallon have to do with ICE protests? Transportation, environmental issues at regular board meetings, as eliminating the need for separate committees, projects and initiatives, neighborhood safety, recycling, education, outreach, neighborhood beautification, community building. I don't understand. So anyway, she's protesting ICE. She's organizing ICE because they're taking their demographic away. These people and the government, sadly, the government in St. Paul, Minneapolis, want less white people around. And they're organizing protests against law enforcement, federal agents who are trying to arrest and deport illegal immigrants. So they're protesting that because they need those people for their organization to make the region less white. They're taking it over. Okay, so that's what an invasion is. And Pain-Fallon is part of that. Of course, Collier's is just tons of properties. So what are they doing with the real estate in these democratic? Like, does Collier's, I guess if we could cross-reference where these daycares are and these buildings that Collier's owns, right? Yeah, I don't know, is that like their DHS? If so, that's suspicious. We have significant disparities in the race and ethnicity of program participants across an array of services. What does that even mean? What's she even talking about? Equity Leaders in Action Network. Balmer, Cultural and Ethnic Communities Leadership Council. And Tim Walz is doubling down. He's gone full retard. He said, bring us more Somalis. They have more, vacancies, obviously. They have to fill these positions of those who are being removed by ICE. In addition to its resettlement work, the Lutheran Social Service of Minnesota, I wonder if they were involved in the child trafficking, because we know the Catholic Services was, I think ECDC was, I think Welcome Fund is. Harpstead is CEO. There's Harpstead. Yeah, they could be trafficking kids for sure. A spokesman for DHS's Fraud Prevention and Licensing Office directed the Washington Examiner to contact DCYF, that Department of Children, Youth and Families, noting that administration of CCAP had switched department hands. However, a bulk of the subsidies paid to the suspected Somali fraudsters was awarded when DHS helmed the program. So Harpstead's replacement was the DHS Deputy Commissioner overseeing budgeting and financial operations. So a Google search brings the Quality Learning Center up in Minneapolis at 1411 Nicollet Avenue. Dig a little bit into Penniman's addition to Minneapolis. Information for the property located at 1411 Nicollet Avenue, Minneapolis, right? Subdivision name, Penniman's addition to Minneapolis. When you look into this, see what this is all about. Refers to Penniman's Addition, a historic African-American neighborhood in South Minneapolis known for its tight-knit community and unique Black history, often associated with figures like activist and community leader Shirley Penniman and the ongoing efforts for Black land ownership and reparations. Reparations. These people are still looking for handouts. They haven't gotten enough. So what are we talking about here? Who owns that Quality Services? So here's the child care. Let's see. Gosh, that's a crazy long URL. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, Bonati Child Care 2 and Bonati Learning Centers. You can go through all of them. Look at, there's many. Department of Children and Youth and Family. You can go in and see here. License began December 18th, 2023. Provide meals, after school, evening care, inspections. Got partially compliant, just like the other one. Non-compliance. And the Ohio website is kind enough to give you the name and the phone number of the administrator as well. So what we're learning is that it looks like it all boils down to the Department of Human Services. So find out who the commissioner of your DHS office is. Now, not Department of Homeland Security, Department of Human Services, okay? DHS, totally different DHS. And then look at your state regarding immigration to know whether or not you're going to have a tremendous amount of fraud. So we always knew that these Democratic, mainly Democratic states or Democrats, you're going to have to own this one. Okay, your ignorance for voting for Democrats has led to this, just like, you know, ignorance of the Republicans has led to that. Okay, this is why both parties are bad and we need to leave both parties immediately. We all need to get out of both of these parties. It's like one giant cult that kind of has like two heads, right? of this snake. So California is going to have a major problem. Look at Florida. You want to find out if DeSantis is any good? Check out Florida and see if they have this problem going on. Okay, other states with massive immigration. Again, we should see the same fraud going on there, especially if they're Democratic. I can't even imagine how much fraud California has. I can't even imagine. But they have like the 5th largest GDP in the world, correct? So then Texas, Florida, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, Georgia, Massachusetts, Washington, Virginia, Maryland, PA. Okay, all of those should have serious problems. Now it goes down to Minnesota here. North Carolina, Arizona, Michigan, Ohio, Nevada, Connecticut, Colorado, Minnesota. And what's interesting too is if you put in foreign population by state, foreign-born population. Okay, California, New Jersey, New York, Florida. Minnesota's all the way down here. So they don't even have the largest immigrant population. I don't know if they have the largest fraud. It would be telling about Somalis, though, wouldn't it? Doesn't look good for Democrats or Somalians. If out of all these immigrants, if it's mainly this one demographic doing it or not. That's why we need to go state by state and find out, is this fraud widespread throughout our nation? Or is this a Democratic sanctuary city problem? Or Somalian problem? I think we need to find out exactly what's going on. We already know that some of these agencies traffic children. What else are they doing?